Let's get to the bottom of this one. Unspoken truths that I miss one. Tap into the minds of the people, rather acknowledge before I dismiss one. Atheists, Muslim, Christians, Buddhists, they all got usage. All got perspective, it's a collective. Get to the bottom where the truth is, where the heart's uncovered. Where you detox from all of the lies you smothered. Where them tries could have killed you, but with faith you recover. Yeah, peel off the makeup, we finna take off. Never said it'd be a cakewalk. Meditate till we charged up, execute goes regardless. Decalcify my pineal, breaking language barriers, we saw millennials. Planets passing age rotations, down me we owe, so down me we know. Sometimes we can be slow, that's why my ears open. Every drop you add could complete the ocean. Speak up, play your part too. Been vulnerable, it's so hard to reflect on all the juice like torture. It's on you, tell the truth.
Yeah, we about to have a good conversation. Yeah, let's go. We about to have a good conversation. Yeah, let's go. We about to have a good conversation. Yeah, let's go. Listen. Yeah, aim in the fit so you see in the mirror. Play with your focus and watch it get clear. Polish your crown, turn it up if you wear it. You live in the root, release what you're fearing. And watch it all rise, the righteous will hear it. They calling us twisted, I'm not even caring. Because it's unseen, the mind is too barren. They won't even heal it, they pass it to cheering. We over here healing, conversing and listening. Know that the truth isn't always appealing, but end it with healing and find your beginning. Frequency positive, what you receiving. Perception is up to you, what you believing. What you retrieving, mentally speaking. Like that they breathing, no words from a heathen. Don't know it all, but together undefeated. Conversation, rather want it, you need it. Come fill up your tank before it's depleted. Don't care if you calling on Allah, Jesus, Buddha or Christian, not being facetious. Come to the trial with the students and teachers. All got a voice, we the ears that'll listen. We the ears that'll listen. We the ears that'll listen. Conversation, rather want it, you need it. Come fill up your tank before it's depleted. Don't care if you calling on Allah, Jesus, Buddha or Christian, not being facetious. Come to the trial with the students and teachers. All got a voice, we the ears that'll listen. We the ears that'll listen. We the ears that'll listen. Hey. Yeah. We about to have a good conversation. Yeah, let's go. We about to have a good conversation. Yeah, let's go. Praying for truth cause the world is so fickle. Keeping my mental how clean as a whistle. Attention's a trap, they can lead you astray. Smearing this shit through the storm and the haze. Real conversations are lost in the greed. Others get lost in the web that it weaves. Sift through the rhetoric, uncover schemes. Knowledge inherited, this is imperative. I got a lot on my mind and I'm sharing it. Apples to oranges, it ain't no comparisons. I'm the type that'll never break character. I'm the type to make memories and cherish them. Trust intuition and doubt of disparity. Pursuing the echoes of wisdom. Chasing that moment of clarity. Conversation, rather one if you need it. Come fill up your tank before it's depleted. Don't care if you calling on Allah, Jesus, Buddha or Christian, not being facetious. Come to the track with the students and teachers. All got a voice, who the ears that'll listen. We the ears that'll listen. We the ears that'll listen. Conversation, rather one if you need it. Come fill up your tank before it's depleted. Don't care if you calling on Allah, Jesus, Buddha or Christian, not being facetious. Come to the track with the students and teachers. All got a voice, who the ears that'll listen. Who the ears that'll listen. We the ears that'll listen.
It's on you, tell the truth.
Leaving a place doesn't mean your mind left with you. Peace. This is the People's Podcast, where the ears that will listen, where your opinion matters. Today's conversation comes from a recent housing situation that reminded many people of something deeper than a headline. Some people carry survival response long after their emotions changed. And many don't realize why they still feel on alert. Tonight, we're talking about how unsafe environments affect the mind and how healing can begin. I'm going to pass the mic to Moon Tortoise for the deeper meanings.
All right. Welcome, everybody. I'm Moon Tortoise, and safe home shouldn't be a risk. A home is supposed to be where your body rests, where your mind softens, and where you feel protected enough to grow. Yet for many, home has meant peace. It has meant survival. Recently, a tragic story surfaced where tenants spoke up about unsafe living conditions faced unimaginable consequences. We will not dwell on the violence itself because this story is about something bigger than that, something larger: fear, power, and the mental toll of living in unsafe spaces. When you live in unsafe spaces, unsafe conditions, your nervous system stays on alert. Even after leaving physically, you may carry that survival mindset for years. Healing is learning that safety is not something you earn through silence. It is realizing that survival is no longer the way to exist. Safe homes allow growth, stability, and mental clarity. Moving out of survival mode requires patience, reflection, and community support. So, let's talk about it and have a good conversation.
Yeah.
And
And
this is a good one.
welcome to the bubble.
Bloop.
So, what does safety feel like in your body? Moon tortoise. People at home, TikToks, YouTube.
Yeah, feel free and please comment, like, share. What does safety feel like? That's a good question. Fire. I'll start with that. I feel safe by a good fire. It means so much more than that, but I want to start small and we can explore more, or else I'll just ramble on about like I am now.
For me, safety isn't just a feeling. It's a place where that I'm unfamiliar with. It's a place of peace. It's a place of protection. Being in survival mode your whole entire life, when you don't have to be, it's uneasy. It's not normal when you are used to trauma and you're used to struggling and surviving. So for me, safety right now, my body is learning healthy boundaries for myself and respecting. It's very vulnerable and it's scary.
I respect that, Badger. I want to kind of change my answer too to something that's not so nebulous, but safety is securing a future. And it's very hard. And why I said fire is because the world feels like it's on fire and very unsafe right now. Can anyone else relate at home? We had 4. Thank you, Gemini, by the way.
Yeah.
Thank you. Highlights.
Good day, family. Good day. What's safety feel like to you?
Yes. Please tell us.
Um, when did you leave survival mode physically versus mentally?
When did I? I
Yeah.
guess I'm not the blue. When did I leave it physically versus mentally?
Yeah.
I don't know. Sometimes I'm still in survival mode. Physically, when I quit drinking, I guess. I don't know. That was a big thing. Quit drinking and made a bunch of different life choices. And I discovered survival mode is not doing what's normal, like status quo normal, but doing what feels normal and correct to you. So, interesting question. Hey, people at home, 3, 4, you coming, going?
So for me, when I left survival mode physically versus mentally, when I stopped being an enabler, staying with people because I felt that I needed stability for my son or all these other things, when I was on my own, mentally, I think I still am there at times. I don't think I've ever really truly completely left survival mode. I haven't felt safe enough to, if that makes sense. I think there's still times where I catch myself, I'm overly controlling and I will overly explain myself and just I keep repeating things. I will feed other people's emotions. I tend to be I was told I was a bit much by somebody who was an alcoholic, and I realized where they said I was a bit much. I don't think they meant it personally who I am, just my energy can be. And I can receive that.
No, I understand. Yeah, absolutely. I appreciate it. We got Allison.
Love you.
Yes, thank you for joining. I'm going to read up that comment. We got safety is quiet sometimes, Allison Webb says. Other times it's loud. It's alone and also surrounded by people. Yeah, it is a shifting entity, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. And what does she say next?
Oh, we got another. We have physical survival and mental survival are two separate entities. It's fine. We both use the word entity. I don't know if we intended to do that. How cool. Yes, they are. They are. They are. Which one do y'all think is more powerful?
I like the aspect of the word entity because at the end of the day, it's a feeling that we're given a place. It's a feeling that we're given it existence. We're allowing it to become something when it doesn't need to be because it's just a temporary feeling. But yet it's in us. It's in us so heavy that it becomes an individual. It becomes an entity because it's no longer about a feeling.
Right. What is safety outside the bounds of your mind? It could be something like I said, fire, and fire is super dangerous. Like animals run from that stuff. A lot of animals don't find it safe. So it is a perception thing too. It's intangible, but mentally, think about that. Allison, thank you so much. We adore you too.
Yeah. Extremely.
You do wonderful things.
She's about to be at the event because she's nominated for awards, so I'm happy for that. And for those that don't know, I'm talking about the North American Music Awards that's coming up on March 28th.
All right, we got all these comments coming in. It's awesome. Thank y'all. Oh my gosh, mental is way more powerful. I feel mental can overwhelm the physical, says Allison Webb. Again, yeah, I do. I agree with that 100%.
We allow, even though feelings are supposed to be temporary, they're not supposed to have a permanent place. Yet we allow pain to have a permanent existence, which is in our mind that affects us physically and mentally. And that survival kicks in because we don't want to repeat those cycles that we're stuck in this loop of constantly reversing around and around like a hamster wheel of not being able to change because we're so stuck.
It is. The brain's powerful. What a hold back. Allison, thank you. I'm so grateful and blessed. Since we got these people here, I'm going to keep engaging with you. Like working out, is it harder to start working out or to work out, like get through the physical aspect of it once you're going? Because I myself say it's hard to even get there and even maintain consistency over some sweat, but that's just me.
So, how has living in an unsafe housing environment shaped your growth or recovery?
No one else is here, so I know you're talking to me. An unsafe. I live in an
listening.
What's that?
And to the people that are tuned in with us.
Of course, always. They're actually top priority over me. You tell me to shut up, people at home, if you got something to say. Now, what do you mean I grew up in an unsafe house? Is that what you're implying? Yeah, growing up in an impoverished nation on American soil, I don't know. I learned how to hunt food and prey inside of the back room. Like when things got really hard, it was all survival. Actually, and what that taught me was a particular set of skills that make life a nightmare for people like me. In my own mind, I overthink everything. It also helped me to know what to avoid, which was a good thing. Learning experience after learning experience after ouchie, and you just kind of get sharpened and honed after a while. So I know if everything goes to crap in the world, I am 100% prepared. Well, no, I'm not 100%. No one's 100% prepared. 50-50 shot, I just get snapped right away and I'm gone. That's okay. Whatever. Yeah, it's just luck of the draw. Skirmishes are crazy.
So she said, once you start, the hardest part is quitting. Once you start a routine of exercising, the hardest part would be quitting. I think that she's correct, and I don't think just quitting would be it. I also think restarting once you do quit. I
Yeah,
think that would be pretty difficult too. It's easier to get on a routine and stay on that routine, but once you break that routine, it's hard to get back on that horse.
I do too. I like that she gave it a different aspect, like it was a different take on it, because I've always found it harder to get going and stay in the rhythm of it. And I don't like quitting. I guess quitting is hard because it's hard on me mentally. Like, damn it, why'd you quit? But you can always use that as fuel. That's more growth right there, you know? Yeah, broken home teaches perseverance, I suppose. Yeah. Allison Webb helped me build walls thicker and more impenetrable.
Yeah, and for me, living in an unsafe housing or environment shaped my growth or recovery tremendously. I had to remove myself from that environment before I came that environment, and I started passing that on to my child.
Ooh.
Because that was happening. That was happening. I moved away and took him away from the family and everything, and raised him alone. And I felt myself repeating cycles without realizing I was, by accepting unstable people that didn't respect me because I didn't respect myself. Just repeating, people pleasing, not wanting to be alone. So I accepted things that were beneath me that I probably shouldn't have had. So for me, welcome, Dre. Peace and love. And I see you're doing great wherever you move to. So, Dre, how was living in an unsafe housing or environment shape your growth or recovery? And I was speaking on how it shaped mine, and that's got me the fuel to not do it. It gave me the fuel to have a different life. It gave me the fuel to not repeat those cycles.
Yes,
I left extremely. I left. I apologize.
You're good. No, I cut you off. I didn't mean to cut you off.
I left it. Go ahead.
You left. That's okay.
I left it extremely early, like really, really young, to find something that was mine that I belonged to, because I always never felt like I belonged and not wanted. So I left at like 15, got pregnant at 16, had my child at 17. You know, it was like
It's a lot.
And so I never really had someone say, I want you here. You belong here. I'm glad you're here. And I promised I wasn't going to do that to my son, but I'm grateful. I'm grateful I went through the life I went through. And I'm grateful that every experience that I went through, because I grew so much and I'm a different person. I'm not even like a mere chalk line of who I used to be, because of all the things that I grew through, all the lessons that I learned. I would do everything all over again, exactly the way it was, to have this outcome right now of who I am.
Yeah, and I think you said something very important at the beginning, is what I was going to say, is that you weren't going to let yourself become that environment that you came from. And that was something I actually missed even answering the question, which I wanted to say as well. You voiced it like perfectly. I wish I could. I love that, because I felt like that was happening subliminally, and I wish someone could have told me that a long time ago. Because your environment, it makes sense. Your environment kind of eats you up if it's negative like that. You kind of, misery loves company, right?
Yeah.
And then you added so many things onto it with the trials you went through.
I'm so grateful, though. Honestly, I'm beyond grateful. What did Allison say?
Exercise is a saving force for me. It has fixed everything that fell apart. There's something about sweat mixed with tears. That's why I asked you about exercising right off rip, Allison. I know how big of a part of life it is for you and for everybody else in your circle.
And what Dre say?
Dre says, I hope that everything is going good.
Always.
He also
Always.
said, hey, which we appreciate. What's up, man? Thank you, everybody.
And Ellison said,
Oh, Miss Kimberly, I feel that I am repeating my mom's life. It's crazy. Yeah, that was really, it makes a lot of sense. It's relatable. You're a
and
beautiful
then
woman. Trey says, you're a beautiful woman and you are an amazing mother.
thank you.
Keep going. He is a strong, smart, and funny young man.
Oh, he is. He is. He definitely is. Dre personally knows my son.
Okay, I thought he was super confused because you're a badger and I'm a tortoise, and any biologist will tell you that does not work whatsoever. There's no way that a tortoise I am biologically old. Yeah, that's good to know. And I love
Yeah.
badgers.
So what protections should exist for people who speak up about unsafe conditions?
Oh, this is a big one. What protection? I think, and I've seen this, is people reach out in abuse situations. Either way, I'm not assigning gender to this one. I've seen them reach out to police authorities for help, and I've seen help turn them away or bring their abusers back. They're reunited, and no, there's a level of you got to try and do something. It it gets really hard in that area. I think that sometimes authorities and courts do more to push violent situations to happen rather than everything they can to diffuse them. And yes, this is also tied into a mental health crisis. Why we're doing a mental health show, and the Badgers back. So that's a very good question.
And and I think that the community could do better on certain situations. I think that if there is a domestic situation or a toxic environment that you're in, I think instead of just removing the person and having a no contact and whatnot, I really think that they should be mandated into talking and counseling or something. I think that some kind of program of forced healing should be put in place.
Yeah, it. Like I don't know. I speak up now. I've seen so many situations where people abuse people in public. Like you see someone grab someone by the collar and tug them and pull them and shit. And you're not supposed to. What? You're not supposed to interject. It's not your business or anything. No, I think it's a good thing to speak up. I don't give a damn. It's my podcast. Speak up. You see this abuse happening, and more emphasis on these signs that people do in public. That like they'll say, hey, I can't even remember one off the top of my head, and we're going to put a little toolkit up, or I'm going to make a toolkit for that. Like, I'm in an abuse situation, I need help signs publicly. Those should be being pushed. You know what I'm saying? It's hard for people to reach out when they're in abusive situations too, psychologically, physically. So these are little systems we can do as a community to help protect people without invading their life, kicking their doors open, right?
So there's two. It's a double-edged sword in this situation of both things. Like removing a child from the home when the child speaks about the situation of home, and then where they place them. They place them into another place that's not safe neither. I don't know if there's a whole bunch you can do to make a difference, but I don't think they do enough, to be honest with you. I think there has to be more. There has to be more. And I think that it has to start with self. Whoever is causing the harm has to get help, because a lot of the trauma being passed on and circled through generation and generations because we haven't healed our own traumas.
Oh yeah. You're right about that, Badger. I think Allison's pretty much on something here too about the problem with therapy and abusers that they have anger management classes. What they need is control management. They want to control their victims. Ooh, you are not kidding. There is. I was just talking to someone about control issues.
Yeah, I have control issues.
I would,
Now, my control issues aren't
but no, like
violently or aggressive to harm, but they are uncontrolled within self of awareness at
yeah,
times.
yeah, and just if you people at home or anybody, you might have control issues. You might be a control freak. I'm a control freak, to be honest with you. It doesn't necessarily mean you're a violent person. You know, we're talking about things there, but there goes hand in hand that violent people would rather control you and manipulate than actually leave a bunch of bruises and those invisible wounds that people go through and those battles that they're going through they can't get help with. Those are what you do.
Yeah, I'm not an aggressive person about matching energy or putting my hands. I will choke somebody out though. I'm gonna be real with you. I'm learning. I'm learning that it's not good to do. I'm learning to keep my hands to myself. I'm learning. But at the end of the day, it took a lot for me to learn that. Yet I don't match energy in a violent way. But I do have control issues on other aspects. It doesn't mean that I'm a bad person. It means that I'm in survival mode. I want to control the environment in the situation so that I don't have harm come to me. That's what survival mode does to you.
Mm-hmm. Well, we have a what's that? Oh, we read that one. Oh, we got a new comment. Hold on. I think my comments froze up.
Mine, I can't undo it either.
Oh, did we get like shut down or something? I wouldn't be surprised.
I don't think so.
Talking about trying to help people in abusive situations. Can get misconstrued, I guess. Well, what the heck now?
No, but it's okay. So, the next question would be, what protection should exist? You know, I can't say there is a great one. I can't say there's a great one that's going to solve everything. I don't know what could solve a lot of things. I just think they have to do better. People have to do better and want better for themselves. It starts with self shadow work. You can blame somebody all you want, and you can point the finger at another individual and say, this is why you are the way you are. But at the end of the day, until accountability comes, it's just passing blame. It's reflection. It's deflection. Ellison Webb says, not at all. I totally understand. Control your environment and prevent hurt. You can only control self, though. That's the only thing you really can control.
Yeah, I do. I do that. I think to answer the question, if you don't mind. Oh, Allison Webb. Yes, they do. Be better people always.
Yeah.
What I wanted to say to answer the question, what protection should exist for people who speak up? We need more shelters in general. I think. You know, I don't know what's going to take to fund shelters and more food banks, maybe staying open. And I'm going to go on a limb here and just say maybe I don't know how many churches stay open and help homeless people anymore. If they still do that, let's do that again. Oh, that'd be great. More safe havens where people listen, help. Well, we just did a 211 thing, right? I talked to a very awesome guest about about working for 211. Not a lot of people know that, but it's an information network that is national. worldwide, actually. So you can call up for help pretty much wherever you're at, all kinds of stuff. We need that same thing with shelters, spaces.
And I also think tools had to be offered. And I don't mean physical tools.
Right.
I think personal tools. Not just put somebody in front of somewhere and tell them this is where they need to go. I think they have to have some kind of offering of tools. Ellison Webb said, "It's a scary world. The courts did nothing for me, the bare minimum." Man, I feel that. Ellison Webb, without putting her story out there, because it's not my place to say it, had a situation that was very traumatic and detrimental to her safety and health. And they didn't offer her hardly anything for protection against her abuser.
No. This is
No,
scary.
that's-
Nothing from me, bare minimum, yeah.
And that's as far as I'm going to go, because it's not my place. Unless Ellison Webb wants to tell a story, it's not my place to share.
Right. I will say this, just to add to that, as I have on more than one occasion seen someone, and it mostly have been women, begging police officers to either keep someone away from them or not let them go back to a certain place, or they need their stuff from a certain place. And I've seen them do the bare minimum in that situation. Just go ahead and walk back into a situation where you're getting abused like crazy by maybe multiple people sometimes in a household. And, yeah, it's like they do nothing to diffuse it or fix it or help. It's not all the time. I've seen some officers who care, but I've seen some people who care. But yeah, more needs to be done. More.
So the situation that we're covering without really talking about was the gentleman that the landlord that unalived the two people. Now the headline is not what we're really talking about. We're just talking about the story, the emotional aspect of it. When you have a home, you want to feel safe inside that home. Because if you don't feel safe inside the home that you're renting, then what? What is that going to do to your mental? What is that going to do to your psyche? So I don't know where Moon Tortoise keeps going.
Sorry, I dipped out there. I didn't want to. My signal's kind of crappy today. Yeah, I've seen situations where elderly people have to. We don't have a lot of places to put elderly people if they don't have insurance or very good insurance or whatever. And I've seen them get put into places, get taken out of bad places and get put into places that are still kind of bad. I've seen a lot of neglect recently through the healthcare system, and I don't like crapping on healthcare workers. I think they're overworked, probably underpaid, stressed out. Everything's crazy right now. I've just seen a lot of neglect recently, and it's maybe small scale things like not adhering to someone's diet, not caring about someone's diet, who's nearing the end of existence. Give them the right care right up to the end. Yeah, but I've also seen a lot of help. There's some really good organizations out there.
So before we get into Ellison's story real quick, I want to say this though. I think that if you own a home and you rent a home, and instead of fining the landlord, the city fining the landlord bills after bills after bills until they take care of the situation, whatever they're supposed to be taking that are neglecting. If they can't, maybe they can't afford to really do much. And so instead of piling more fines on top of them, maybe give them like supplies from a Habitat Humanity or something. Give them some kind of help also, because granted, they're landlords for a reason because they can afford to own a house, but maybe that's their only form of income too, And
Yeah.
sometimes with housing and whatnot, all the rates going up and stuff, it may be really hard.
It's the prices for everything are absurd. Renting, buying, all that. Yeah, they have been. It's just crazy to me how much everything is. And we could do a whole episode on landlords. To be honest with you, I'm sure a lot of people got stuff to say on that. I've met some okay ones, but it's not a. A lot of people would argue that's not a job.
Allison, she said it was okay to share it, because now she's an advocate. Allison, could you you want to hop on? I can get it the link, and you can hop on and tell your story,
We can put
because
her on.
that it really does speak to an unsafe living in condition for real. She said you feel amazing, vulnerable,
And flinch at the small sound.
yeah, you do. You do. Because you're constantly in survival, and it's not good for your anxiety. It's not good for depression. It's not good for health. It's not. I worked in the medical field taking care of senior citizens and whatnot, and there's a lot of neglect and abuse going on, and nobody really cares to help them. And I can't blame just the workers.
No.
Sometimes they're overworked and they get burnt out. I see it in both sides where there has to be some form of help. Okay, I'm gonna send you the link through your messenger.
All right. We just missed you. No, definitely. I'm glad we want to come on and share this. It's perfect.
So read the next one, Moon Tortoise.
The next question is, how can communities support those living in unsafe spaces? Or is that the one we just read?
That's the one we just did.
Derp. Let me do one more here. What does a safe home mean to you today?
Unrealistic. To honestly, at this present moment, only because I'm not looking for a safe home. A home isn't really, to me, home is where you make it. It's within your heart. It's a place that you can lay your head in on, let all your guards down. And I don't think it's in one environment for me. I'm different. I want to live on a bus and travel. So for me, a safe home would be somewhere I could spread my wings and fly.
And
What about you?
yeah, I would say it's both of those things. I'd say a nice safe home is something that is pretty sustainable. Hey, look at this. And then I also love adventure, and I don't think people grab life by the life enough and life it. And
Yeah.
I need more life, like you said. Allison, welcome.
Hey, Henry, how are you doing? How's Kimberly?
So tell us your story real quick.
Oh man, it's a terrible story, and I hate that I have this story. But I had a boyfriend. This was after my divorce. I was with someone for 20 years, and I met someone in a Walmart, shopping in a Walmart, and thought he was so quirky and so unique and so different and whatever. And so we started dating, and then he was under the influence of drugs, which was unfortunate. And he ended up having a bad night, and he beat me for about 6 hours.
Oh,
Yeah, he tortured me in every way you can imagine. He choked me. He ended up getting three felonies for it. One for let's see, he got oh gosh, what was the other one? It was like a trying to change my plea, like was it tampering with a witness? That's what it was. He got a felony for that because it was a felony case. He got that was a year. He got 5 years for illegal imprisonment, and then he got 10 years for first degree strangulation. He tried to kill me. It was about a 6-hour beating. And what that does to you when you go through something like that is it makes you so scared. Because this happened in my home. This happened in the sanctity of my home. And it's something that I've had to deal with because even though I tried to file an EPO on him when he was getting ready to be released, the courts wouldn't tell me where his address was because they said it violated his privacy. However, he knows exactly where I live.
Now, let me hold on for a second before you go any further. Let's put a blanket down for those that don't know. You're still living in the same home
Yes.
that it happened in.
I own this home. I own the land, so this is my place. And for me to try to move out to an apartment just doesn't make sense because I already own this place. I don't have a payment. So that's just, it's stupid for me to try to move. But they wanted to protect his privacy. And so they won't give me an address so I can file an EPO on him. But yet, not only does he know my address, he knows my schedules. He knows where I work. He knows everything. And that's terrifying to me.
Yeah.
Do you feel protection orders are enough?
No, not at all. Not at all, because he's already violated. He was given a strict no contact order by the courts because I told him I wanted no contact with him. And not only did he contact my mother shortly after he got released from jail, which she did not reply, but he started following me on his account from Instagram. I immediately blocked. He set up another account on Instagram, started following me. I immediately blocked it. And then he decided to email me. So he has broken it. I am dealing with the courts right now to try to get him violated on his probation. But it's terrifying. I have I have cameras. I got cameras all set up. I have 4 cameras recording my home. I've got a pistol on my headboard. I have 2 German Shepherds. What does that say? Come at me, bro.
I'm not gonna. I hate to make assumptions. But I can tell by your accent that you have a shooting iron.
Yeah, yeah. I try to tell the courts. I said, listen, don't make me do it the country way. I'm trying to do it the law way. Don't make me do it the country way.
And now the thing is, though, it's sad though. It's sad though because don't you think they would make him move?
You would think
they would make him no longer be able to be where you're at as part of his order.
Yeah.
How much counseling did he do?
I know that one thing that I agreed to, because I could have sent him to prison and then he would have been on parole. But from what I understood, the way they explained it to me, the conditions of parole are much more lenient than the conditions of probation. So he's supposed to be on probation. From what I understand, he's doing drugs excessively. How he's not got caught for that, I don't know, because he's supposed to be tested once a month. He's supposed to see his PO once a month. But if he comes up here, and I hate to be country like this, but before I call the law, I'm calling my stepdaddy.
I feel that.
If this has to come to that to protect your life, well, I'm not going to say I disagree. And that's my opinion.
Yeah, it's either me or him. And like my dogs, my German Shepherds are my children. I will protect these children with my life.
Yeah.
They're my babies. They're all I have.
Well, I'm sure they got your back.
So
they're my sweethearts.
How did healing work for you? I mean, you can't be completely healed, but so how did healing start for you?
Therapy. I went to therapy. I met this most beautiful, she's the most wonderful therapist. I walked in and the courts appointed her to me. So I was blessed in that way that the courts, because I have no insurance. I have no medical insurance whatsoever. And the courts appointed me this therapist. I walked in and I thought, oh my God. I was like, if they get me some Puritan coming here in a skirt and an apron, like this is not going to work. I see this cute little girl. She's covered in tattoos with her septum pierced. And I thought, I like you. And she made me feel worthy. I was worthy. I deserve, like she said, for the goodness that I have in my heart and for the sweet things that I am as a person, I don't deserve anybody to treat me like that. And she made me stand up and take ownership of the fact that I am a good person and nobody deserves to have hands on them. They don't.
No.
And she
I've
was
seen, yeah,
amazing.
that's
It,
awesome. I'm
it
glad
took
to hear that.
it took me a long time to heal from my PTSD
Yeah.
from when I was somebody's hands were around my neck and they did it a week later again to me. And it took me a long time because I went down. I didn't go up first. I went down.
Yeah.
And
Oh, yeah.
to have the strength that I have today, I'm grateful, but that's 8 years ago now.
Oh,
So
yeah.
it doesn't happen overnight.
No, not at all. And it's embarrassing too, because like I had a bad car accident back in 2001. I had a terrible car accident where I broke my back, my left hip, my right collarbone, and every bone in my face. With that, I mean, I'm not joking. That's so serious. I broke every bone in my face, punctured my left eye. I've had more surgeries than you could shake a stick at. And before this happened, I had just recently had to have emergency surgery on my left eye because I was getting ready to lose it. And then I had to go into that retina specialist afterwards and say, I got beat. And they said, did he hit you in the head? I said, yeah, he did. And I mean, they were worried that he had damaged my eye permanently. That's terrifying. That is absolutely terrifying, especially when I'm a dental hygienist. I rely on my vision to work, and they say, he put about, oh my gosh, it's heavy. It's heavy.
It's definitely heavy. It's definitely heavy. I admire your strength.
Oh, Miss
I
Kimberly, it's by the grace of God. I'm telling you, it's by the grace of God alone.
Yeah. And to stay in that same house, I had to leave. I packed up everything. Good thing it wasn't my house, but I left and I had to go because I kept thinking about he could come down that hall at any time, even though, I just stay there. So how was that staying in the same environment that was you put you through?
I was going to
That's
ask
been
that too.
terrible. Yeah, he's damaged my home as far as punching holes in walls, busting out windows. So I've changed all my curtains. I've changed the arrangement of my furniture. I've done all kinds of things to make it look less like what it did when he was here. But ultimately, financially, I mean, I do own this place. I own land. There's not a lot I can do. I got a money tree, but so far it hasn't produced the first dollar. Yeah, And so I understand my limitations. And if I can't change where I'm at, I'll change what it looks like. So at least it looks different. And it may cost me a bunch out front because I may tear down all the curtains. I may pull everything off the walls and rearrange everything, but it's going to look different. So I won't have that same vision.
So, Allison, would you say it's empowering, or you're going to let it try to be empowering rather than something that terrifies you? Then, because are you going to try and take that power back and then stand like that's my guy, that's my castle, damn it, like.
Yeah. And then when I had to face him, like at the arraignments, because it's all done via like Zoom meetings, that type thing, so you don't ever see him actually in person. But I stood up I sat up rather, as straight as I could. So that way when he saw me, he never saw a tear in my eye. He never saw my lip quiver.
How long ago was it? Like 2 years now?
It was in 22, December 22 when he did it.
3 years going up 4. Yeah.
Yeah. And he's still dealing with the repercussions. And from what I understand, he does live in my town. He does live here now. And see, he doesn't understand, bless his heart. I've lived here my entire life. I've got my thumb on the pulse of Ashland, Kentucky. I know where he's at. He can't move without me figuring out where he's at. So good luck. That's all I gotta say. Good luck.
I kind of think they should make them register like they do on people that harm children. I think they should, and because it's an uncontrolled mind. When you want to take somebody's like that, take their existence and take their water from them, it's an unstable, uncontrolled mind that can snap at any time.
Mm-hmm. And he's dangerous. And my goal now, because I'm fine. I'm fine. I went through what I did. He didn't even hurt me. As far as like pain comes, it didn't even hurt. But I want to protect the next woman.
Yeah.
That's my goal. I want to protect the next woman, but I don't want to come off looking like some jealous ex. I'm not jealous. I do not want him in any way, shape, form, or fashion. I just don't want someone to die.
I don't think you come off like that, Allison. You have not actually slandered him through this whole thing. To
No,
my
I
knowledge.
won't even get his name.
No. But you said what he did.
I mean, I wrote a song about him. I did. I wrote a song about him called Assault in the Wound that describes basically, you know, those hands so tied around my neck, hurting that person you swore you protect. And that was very emotional for me. That was my release.
So what could we do differently? What could we do differently to not stop it? Because no one knows it's going to happen.
No, you have no idea.
None.
You have no idea. There's 3 responses when something like that happens, and it's fight, flight, or freeze.
Right.
My option at the time, if I would have fought him back, that's what he wanted.
Yeah.
He wanted me to fight back. He wanted a reason to end my life, and I would not give him that.
Yeah.
So it's so hard to know what to do. And this is what I've learned, like after it happened, because I lost control of my bladder at one time. He was choking me to the point where I lost control of my bladder. Do you realize I was so close to dying at that point?
Mm.
And it blows my mind.
I want to ask you a question though, to be really honest with me.
Of course.
There was little red flags though that you ignored.
Oh yeah. When I look back on it, yes. Yeah.
I don't know, because me too. Me too. The first time I got disrespected verbally,
yeah,
he should have left.
Yeah. Same thing. And I think at the time, because I was so new out of my divorce, I wanted to be loved so bad.
Yeah.
Love is hard. It's a hard thing.
More than
It's a
anything.
confusing damn thing.
Yeah, and I did. I just wanted to be loved, and I wanted somebody to care about me. And it was so hard to believe that my ex-husband, a 20-year relationship, was going down the tubes. It was so hard to believe. And then here was this guy that was quirky and unique and, you know, wanted to talk to me. And I was just naive. I was very naive.
But there was red flags. Now that I sit back and I'm like, yeah, I've seen it coming.
Yeah, I should have seen it. And the thing is, like my best friend, my brother down in Atlanta, Hoffa, he's been my friend for like 22 years. He didn't like him right off the rip. He didn't. My boss, when she met him, she didn't like him right off the rip. That should have told me something.
Yeah, listen to the close people you trust in your life. If you have people who are that close, know your gut, listen to their gut.
Yeah. And I should have. And you know, they understand why I didn't, because I guess they see like the whole thing as the whole situation, I guess they saw it. But man, God bless him for sticking by my side.
Yeah. Right. You should have, could have done all this stuff, but you never should have had to get hit like that.
Well, yeah, and you never should have had to it. Whether you would have, could have, should have, you shouldn't have to put in that situation that you should have to.
Yeah.
People really
honestly now, he's the one who needs to look out for himself. Yeah. Because he's the one that's treading on thin ice now, not me.
Yeah. So now, I can't even ask you this question. Have you ever caught yourself reacting to something small like it was something huge because of it?
Of course. Yeah, but it's usually because I try to. My mom always taught me that you need to pick your battles. Some things are not worth arguing over, you know, so you should pick your battles. But very recently, I had a cousin, and he was incarcerated. He had lost his home to a fire before, you know, he got incarcerated. He didn't have anywhere to go, and he came to stay with me, and I felt so used because he wasn't contributing. Wasn't doing anything, you know, doesn't have a job, doesn't have anything. So, I mean, I couldn't expect anything on a monetary scale, but I was hoping he would help me around the house because I do live alone. I have 5 acres of land. I live 600 feet up a hill. You know, there's always stuff that needs to be done. And I found myself after about a week or so, even the little things, like leaving my toilet seat up, would set me off because I just don't put up with it anymore.
How about you, Moon Tortoise? Have you ever caught yourself reacting over something so small like it was huge?
Only 20 minutes ago. I love yeah, if you know, put it right in line with the podcast I'm still on. No, I mean at least 2 hours ago. I mean, yeah, a couple times a day, always. You know, I grew up around screamers and I was in an abusive household.
Yeah.
I react to things very poorly sometimes. I check myself, usually after a few seconds.
Yeah, and then I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I didn't mean that. I'm sorry.
I was a straight bitch after it happened to me. I'm telling you. And it wasn't on purpose because I am not now. But man, I had anxiety issues. I had panic attacks. I had vertigo out of nowhere. I never had a problem with vertigo. And then all of a sudden I had vertigo where I couldn't even stand and everything was moving through my equilibrium.
Yeah.
And it was all from stress induced that I caused upon myself that I was able to control, but I had to learn to control it first. And I was rough. And now, yeah. Now I thought I was a runner before, but now I don't. I leave.
Yeah.
I don't try to make things work. I don't really try to stick around longer than I should. When it's not there, I'm gonna leave because it's not.
Yeah.
It's not worth fighting.
No, and it's not worth compromising your sanity and your well-being for what? I mean, for what? You know, these people that don't care anyway.
Yeah, we're here to help heal. We're here to help each other grow. We're here for one another because we're all one, just having different experiences. You feel that moving toward us. We're all here for a reason.
Oh, we're all in it together. No true colors if you're colorblind.
It's true. And love is universal. Pain is universal. You know what I mean? Disappointment is universal. It doesn't matter. We all experience it.
So,
That's damn true. Can I ask? I wanted to ask you, do you have a strong feeling towards him, albeit like an aggressive feeling, or do you have any kind of sympathetic feeling towards him at all after anything as to why this happened? And you're not wrong either way. I'm just asking.
I have zero sympathy.
Good.
Zero.
I didn't expect you to have any one way or the other. I like to know what people think.
and you know, as I got longer in the situation, because now I'm 8 years. So as I grew longer in the situation, I still love the individual. I think they're a great person, just not for me, not to me, and not for themselves at time. I have no bad feelings. I cannot allow myself to be around them because they didn't appreciate my life. So I will not give them access in it. But I don't want nothing bad to happen to anybody for me, not for them.
Yeah.
Because I don't want to carry that weight on me.
That's true. And that's liberating to be able to just be like, hey, no, what happened to me happened, but, you know, let bygones be bygones.
I'm grateful I went through it, though.
Yeah.
Did I think I deserved it? No. No one does. But I'm grateful I did because I'm stubborn and bullheaded, and it took that for me to grow.
Amen to that. Amen to that. Twice.
I may not live in complete hatred of what my abuser did, my main one, but I mean, I went on and did a whole podcast and do tons of shadow. I do shadow work like the sun's aiming at me because of it. So it ain't hatred, but it sure was a catalyst for something.
And
hey,
one thing.
You're not joining. Haven't been feeling great. Aw, get better, honey.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely, Kendall. I hope you feel better. For sure.
So what are you gonna say, Allison?
Well, there was this thing, and it was this. It was a double disc CD, if that dates it at all. but it was called Home Alive. And it says, and I don't know what kind of background you come from, but my background is abuse, is
Me too.
rape, is incest. And they're
Yeah.
lucky they died before I had a chance to murder them.
That's cold as hell. I mean, in the
That's
coolest
powerful.
way ever. I am sorry you had to go through that, but the way you
That's
said that
powerful.
was incredible.
And you know what I've learned though? Trauma. Trauma brings out the most strongest people ever.
It does. It does.
One of the most
It does.
sincere, caring people are those that been through trauma. And
It's true.
it's so comforting to us. This trauma is so familiar to us that when we're in it, we don't realize that we shouldn't be in it because it's so familiar.
Yeah. Yeah. And a lot of times you're groomed to it. So you feel like you're doing exactly what you need to be doing.
I was told that sometimes women do things to appease their men because they have to. And they have to just take it and be quiet. By my father. So I
And
mean,
you're like, okay.
it happens. God bless my father, though he has dementia, and I love him. I love him for who he is today, not for what he was then. And
Yes.
I love the fact that he don't remember how terrible he was to raise a daughter.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I love him.
But it's
I love
hard too, because you love him so much for the man that he is, but you still have those traces of what was. And even though he doesn't remember, you do.
I honestly don't look at it like that no more. I don't. None of that
That's
pain.
beautiful.
I healed so much that none of that pain really actually affects me at all. At all.
That's beautiful, my girl. That's so beautiful.
But like I'm saying, mine's been a long time to get to that point. I had to do a lot of standing to be able to
Yeah, I
stand
had
up.
to do a lot of growing to get there.
You know, I give you so many props for that, Badger, that I don't even agree with you, and I give you so many props. Like I'm just like, all right, I respect you.
One reason why I feel the way I do, and then we're gonna get to this last question, and then we're gonna do the positive quotes. One reason I feel the way I do is because I don't want to repeat cycles. I don't want to come back. I don't want to redo cycles. I don't want to come back here anymore. I've learned. And the only way that you're going to stop traveling that hamster wheel is free yourself from yourself and what's holding you back.
Yes.
And the only thing that's ever holding you back is you.
That's true. That's
you can't
true.
blame
Well,
somebody
that's why
else.
I'm saying this little light of mine, I'm going to let it shine. The sun doesn't care if it burns you.
That's right. It's only you that can stop you from being a damaged person to you.
That's true.
You can't blame somebody else what you will tolerate, what you allow, what you accept.
It's very true. It's very true.
So here's the last
the year of FAFO.
That's right. I love that song. So this is what does healing actually look like for you right now, Allison?
Peace. Peace. Just peace.
Moon Tortoise, what does healing look like for you right now?
Change. Sticking with one word here. Like.
Miss Kimberly, what do you think?
Strength.
Amen. I love y'all. I love y'all.
We did it.
Strength. Yeah, I look at myself in the mirror and I love who I am. It took a long time to look at myself in the mirror. And I'm not mad by the
amazing thing.
Yeah.
Amazing.
I love my heart. I love everything about me. So let's do positive message real quick here. Let's end this on a positive note, positive message. I want to hear does Thomas Stroll have anything to say?
Oh my God, I forgot all about Thomas. Oh, because I had to move my stuff. Let's hear some positive.
Wait a minute. Hold on.
Oh, here we go.
Thomas Schul is Henry's late
My dad,
father.
Oh
yeah,
yeah.
Yeah.
he passed away recently.
Oh
Yeah.
gosh. I
And
hate
he's very
that.
quirky and very melodical and very insane and very sane and very intelligent and very crazy and very intelligent and very out there.
Yeah. So kind of
He's
right up my alley. I love that.
he's
I
wonderful.
see if I can actually find something good that he wrote. I wasn't prepared. I'm never prepared.
You should never be prepared. You know what I mean? Life is
Ever.
off the cuff, honey. Off the cuff. All the time.
Here we
We
go.
wing it.
I don't know if I read this one before, but this is number 2 in a second set of essays on interesting subjects by Tommaso Sulism. To Jesus with Love. Warning, this is going to be highly existential. A short novel. There was this kid named Frank, and his friend named Jimmy took his bike, so he beat the mess out of him. His daddy were the Queen of Burma, and he ended up getting a licking. The end. Still only 25 cents. Early Marion Publishing Co. I have no idea what any of this stuff means.
It's wonderful though. I love everything about it. It's a bunch of nonsense that's very intelligently
It's
put.
great. It's great.
Cool Vibes introduces Peace and Love, Chili Mo. He says, make sure your mind is stronger than your emotions. Shay.
Oh, I like that. I like that. And I guess if I have anything to add, this is to be like the strongest quote. These are words I've lived by from my mother. And she always said to always make your words sweet because you never know when you're going to have to eat them.
Ooh. I like that one too. Sure.
Thank you, Mama. Thank you, Mama. And those are words I live by.
Thank you, Mama. I love them words too. You know, if SGF was awake or whatever the case may be and was on here, he said one time, his mom said, take what you can from me, the good, and what you didn't like of me, just leave her where it was.
Oh, I like that.
Me too.
I like that a lot. I like that a lot. We're so blessed, you guys. I mean, you understand, we are so rich in this world. We are so tremendously blessed. We've been through the trenches, and we're still coming out smelling like a rose.
Always.
We got to do the positive mom quotes. My mama said that when I wake up, I'll be sober. This is after I called her a drunk piece of shit, I think. And then she said, when you wake up, you'll still be a failure. And Mom, I'm doing okay. I'm doing all right, Mom.
I think you're doing pretty daggone good. That's all I can say.
Yeah, that's the positives
and
that
I'm just a hillbilly from a holler in Kentucky, but I'm telling you, I think you're doing pretty daggone good.
That means a lot from the hollers. I appreciate the hollers.
Yeah, represent.
Yeah, that's beautiful. That's beautiful. Yeah, my positive quote is a guy rose above that. I'm doing okay. I appreciate it.
Yes, you have. And you are beautiful and wonderful.
So this is what the universe did. The universe allowed me to come into Moon Tortoise's life and play a mother figure without the hatred and without the condemning and without I love, that is my SUN. I love everything about my SUN so much that I would hug his mom right now just so she could feel the love that I have for that person.
I'm grateful that you had him. Yep.
Me too. I mean, my life would not be so wonderful without that person in my life. I love that person.
That's amazing. Soulmates exist on so many different levels. I believe that with all my heart. Soulmates, they don't have to be physical, like sexual things, but soulmates exist on so many different levels. And there are people in my life I could not live without. And I've never even so much as held their hand. Do you know what I mean? But I need them.
I've held his hand. I spooned. I love everything about my SUN. So respectful, so caring, so gentle, so sharp when needed.
That's love right there. That's love. Yeah. People need a lesson in that. They need a lesson in that. And if there's anything that we can do, like from this point forward, it's just go and show the light of love and show what it's like, because so many people are dark.
Oh, yeah. It's a dark time.
I just want to
it
thank
really
everybody.
is.
I want to thank you, Ellison, for joining us. I
Oh,
want
God.
to thank everyone
so
for
much.
tuning in. I'm grateful. I can't wait to meet you. I'm just going to give you a huge hug. I
I can't wait, Miss Kimberly. It's going to be amazing.
Yes, also, I have to get a big hug. I need a hug. I need a hug.
Yes, 100%. No doubt about it. No doubt
Yeah.
about it. You're getting squeezed.
Okay.
On that note, we are the ears that will listen where your opinion matters. Don't just be different, become the difference. Until next time, and thank you for taking time out of your day to heal with us. May your night be full of positive energy and high vibrations filled with peace and love, everyone. Ashe.
Love you guys.
Let's get to the bottom of this one. Unspoken truths that I miss one. Tap into the minds of the people, rather acknowledge before I dismiss one. Atheists, Muslim, Christians, Buddhists, they all got usage. All got perspective, it's a collective. Get to the bottom where the truth is, where the heart's uncovered. Where you detox from all of the lies you smothered. What them tries could have killed you, but with faith you recover. Yeah. Peel off the makeup, we finna take off. Never said it'd be a cakewalk. Meditate till we charged up. Execute goes regardless. Decalcify my pineal. Breaking language barriers, we saw millennials. Planets passing age rotations, down me we owe. So down me we know. Sometimes we can be slow, that's why my ears open. Every drop you add could complete the ocean. Speak up, play your part too. Been vulnerable, it's so hard.